Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am currently in Marceline, Missouri. And you're probably like, girl, what does Marceline have to do with anything? I'm gonna tell you. So Walt Disney was actually born in Chicago, but he spent a number of years as a kid here in Marceline, Missouri. So this is his boyhood hometown, and I'm here. So I'm gonna show you around Marceline. Marceline, Missouri is located about 127 miles outside of Kansas City. All right, so Marceline is the hometown of Walt Disney, where he spent a lot of years here as a child. It's actually home to the original Main Street U.S.A, which I will show you later in the video. This is the site of the Walt Disney family farm, where the Disneys own property. We are going to go look at the barn and the tree. But be aware that the home that sits on this property is private property, so please be respectful. All right, so we're gonna venture on this little path. Here we're walking, there's my husband. And we're gonna see the barn and the tree. Wow, this is really cool. So this is Son of a Dreaming Tree right here, planted in 2004. And there's soil from the Magic Kingdom and water from the rivers of America mixed together, with soil from the iconic farm during the planting ceremony. Oh my gosh, this is magic. I'm like super smiling right now. That's amazing. That is really cool. So this tree was planted with water from the rivers of America and soil from the Magic Kingdom. That's pure Disney magic, you guys, right in front of your eyes, or my eyes. Okay, I'm still kind of really excited just about the soil and the water. That's beautiful. Here's the path to Walt's barn and the Dreaming Tree. Here's the first stop, and here is the second stop. Walt's 1949 film, so dear to my heart. It was set in the early 1900s, and it was echoing the time period of the Disney family's time spent here in Marceline. So Walt actually instructed his production designers to create a barn set that reflected his best memories of the barn that he grew up with in Marceline on the family farm. So let's check it out. The entire walk to Walt's barn will take you anywhere from 2 to perhaps 10 minutes. It depends on how many of the signs you stop to read and how many wonderful pictures that you take along the way. This is Walt's barn. This is the site where he first did a show as a child, and he'd entertain his friends and family, and he'd dress up some of his animals, and he would charge them 10 cents to come to his Disney circus. So this barn is not the original barn. However, this is a replica that was raised over a 3-day period in 2001 by wonderful volunteers. It is open from sunrise to sunset every single day. All right, let's go inside. Enter Walt's barn through these doors. Okay. Wow, look at this. So I'll show you up close in a second, but these benches have been signed by people from all over who have visited here, and also those who have signed it at some of the different Disney D23 expos. And this whole barn actually is filled with basically love letters and comments and notes about Disney and the Disney family and just the imprint that Disney has left on the hearts of so many people. Look at this, D23 2017. Now, we actually signed some benches that are currently in the museum, which I will show you later in this video, but even up high, look at this. Everything is signed. Wow. Check out this, Jeff Keane, the guy who does the family circus. Thanks, Walt, from the entire family circus. That's so neat. Autographs and words to Walt are welcomed on the interior of the barn only. Listen, do you hear the train? The train's going by, which is the train that Walt would have heard when he lived here. It's no wonder he had an obsession with trains. Next time you come visit the barn here in Marceline, bring a Sharpie. This is the site of the original Dreaming Tree, which is located on the Disney farm. Now, the original tree is no longer here. It did fall down in 2015, but it's where Walt learned how to draw, and he would spend time sitting under the tree, drawing and letting his imagination run wild. Here you can see a picture of the Dreaming Tree, the original one, with Walt and his brother Roy. Here's an interesting fact for you. So cottonwood trees have a lifespan of 70 to 100 years. Now, Walt's Dreaming Tree actually lived to be over 120 years before it was struck by lightning in 2008. It did fall over in 2015 due to a fierce windstorm, and his tree was officially registered as an historic tree by American Forests. This is the Disney family farmhouse. Now, this is a private residence, so please be respectful. However, there is a nice little plaque that you can read while you're here and learn a little bit more about this 1906 home that the Disneys lived in for a few years during their time here in Marceline. Look how beautiful this home is. Now, a lot of it is still pretty original, though there has been some changes made since the current owners have lived here. However, it still is a magical place where the Disneys lived during their time here in Marceline, Missouri. The Marceline city limit, current population, not that many, 2,233. This is the Marceline Walt Disney Hometown Museum, and it is located in the restored Santa Fe Railroad Depot of Marceline, Missouri. It opened in 2001, and the museum houses a large collection of family memorabilia from the Disney family farm and the Disney family when they lived here from 1905 to 1909. Now, if you listen closely, you might hear the train in the background because this is the Santa Fe train station. Wow, listen, look at that. There goes the train. How's that? So that was pretty magical with the train in the background while I'm talking about the museum, which was the old railroad depot here in Marceline, and it's still going, and this happens all day long. You'll hear the train in the background, so it's kind of cool. I wanted to tell you a little bit about one of the founding members. Her name is Kay. In 1956, Walt Disney actually stayed in her home. Walt Disney was here for the dedication of a swimming pool and a park that was named after him. So Disney has been a huge part of her life for a long time. So she's one of the board members and founding members. She's the director since its opening in 2001. She loves meeting people who come to visit the museum from all over, and definitely you need to stop by and check it out. We visited the museum a year and a half ago, and there's a lot of good stuff to see in here, including one really cool thing. Well, there's a lot of cool things you can see, but I really enjoyed seeing a school desk that was Walt's when he went to school here in town. Here's a really pretty view of the side of the museum, which I just showed you. And this is the Santa Fe Depot, and it was built in 1913. And if you come over here, we can see the railroad. Now this is the train that Walt would have, or this is the tracks, the railroad tracks that Walt would have been on when he came back from Kansas City to visit, or perhaps when he visited in 1956. So here is the railroad. This is neat. This is the Walt Disney Post Office. You cannot forget to come visit here, and you can even mail yourself a letter. You can also visit and have your letter hand canceled with Marceline's exclusive Disney cancellation stamp. As you can see, it's a little windy here today, but the last time I was here, I sent myself a postcard, and on the postcard I wrote, "You were here, Krysten," and I sent it to myself from the post office. Don't forget to do that. Wait a minute, we're not in Disneyland right now. All right, so this engine was given to the city of Marceline by the Santa Fe Railroad in December of 1955. Now, Disneyland opened in July of 1955, so Disneyland was just a few months old when this engine was given to the city of Marceline. So it was restored and rededicated in September of 1998 in honor of Santa Fe employees who lost their lives while on the job. And this sits in this little park in the little town area of Marceline, which is also across the street from the Walt Disney Post Office. This is the Walt Disney Complex. So in 1966, Walt and Roy donated a retired Disneyland ride called Midget Autopia, and the ride continued to be used until 1977. The track was uninstalled in 2016. And the complex was also where the swimming pool was, the Walt Disney swimming pool, which Walt dedicated himself. This is the municipal park, the Walt Disney Municipal Park. And look how cute, there's a little Mickey right here and a train. Remember, Walt loved trains. Now, this is the site of the Midget Autopia, where there was a little track around here that you could ride, a little Autopia ride similar to the ones at the Disney parks. It is no longer here. As you can see, there is this beautiful grassy area and lake of water, body of water. But if you visit the Hometown Museum, which I showed you earlier, you can actually see one of the Midget Autopia cars. This is the Disney complex, and behind it is the Marceline Municipal Swimming Pool. So this is the Walt Disney Swimming Pool, which is right next door to where the Midget Autopia was. It's such a beautiful day here today. This is Walt Disney Elementary School. Now, this is a school, there is school in session, so please be respectful. But this school was dedicated and renamed the Walt Disney Elementary School, and Walt Disney was actually here for the dedication. Walt also had a team of people and animators from the studio create a mural at the Disney school somewhere inside. I'm not going to go in and show that to you. You could probably Google pictures for yourself online. Walt also dedicated this official Olympic flagpole, which was used at the Squaw Valley, California opening ceremonies of the Olympic Winter Games held in 1966. And you can see that Walt Disney was the chairman of the pageantry. So this is from the Olympics in 1966, and it stands right in front of Walt Disney Elementary. This is the Coca-Cola wall, so the Coke wall. In 1906, this mural was painted right by a store that I'm going to show you down here on the corner. This is obviously not the original mural, but it was revitalized in 2015. This is Main Street, you guys, which I'll show you in a second, but I wanted to talk to you about this corner. This is Zurcher Corner. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Coke Corner at Disneyland in California on Main Street. It was designed after this corner, and if you go there next time, take a look. Everything from this little area, everything was designed to look like this corner, and it is right here in Marceline on Main Street, USA. I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. Do you see what I did there? This is the original, the OG, Main Street, USA. This is what Disneyland's Main Street was designed after, and all the Disney parks' Main Streets were designed after. Marceline, Missouri, the original Main Street, USA. The Uptown Theater opened in June of 1930. Now, Walt and Roy came back in 1956 to hold their Midwest premiere of their film, The Great Locomotive Chase, right in this theater. They personally greeted each and every child at the door, and they took stage before the movie started, and the children of Marceline sang the Mickey Mouse song. So the theater is not open right now while we're here, but we did get a chance to see the inside about a year and a half ago, and it's absolutely beautiful. It was really neat to be able to see a movie here as well. We have been inside, and we have been able to stand on stage. I'll insert a couple photos right now, but here's a plaque from when the Disney company came back to premiere The Spirit of Mickey in 1998, and Goofy is here to take your tickets. Now, there was a rumor that was going around in the late 90s that Walt actually saw his first movie here, and that is not true. He did not see his first movie here, as the theater didn't even open until 1930, and Walt had already moved away. So here's Main Street, USA, and the theater, as well as our favorite little coffee shop. This is Cafe Marceline. This coffee is actually fire roasted in Marceline. So it is roasted right here in Walt Disney's Boyhood hometown, and you can even have it delivered to your house wherever you are in the country, which is what we do. So we have actually been getting their coffee since 2013, I believe, and we have been big fans ever since we first tried it at the D23 Expo in 2013. Another thing to note about the theater, that the screen is original. So the same screen that Walt premiered his movie, The Great Locomotive Chase, in the 50s is the same screen that's in there today. Now, if you'd like to visit Marceline and you're not sure where to stay, but you'd like to wake up to a view of Main Street, USA, then definitely check out the Uptown Bed and Breakfast. This is a wonderful spot to stay. We've stayed here a couple times now, and there's really no other place that I'd rather stay than to wake up right in the middle of Main Street, USA. That's never gonna get old. Check out this cool mural, Main Street, USA. Look at this quote: "To tell you the truth, more things of importance happened to me in Marceline than have happened to me since or are likely to in the future." Walt Disney. Walt Disney loved his hometown, and I really hope that you get a chance to come down and visit the original Main Street, USA, and Marceline, Walt Disney's boyhood hometown. So I've done a couple of gluten-free guides. I've done a Whole30 guide to the Disney parks. I've done a Walt Disney boyhood hometown Marceline video vlog. I don't know what you call it. Thanks to this guy who's carted me all over town to film. He has a Disney tie on too. That's cute. Yep. All right, so let me know if there's other Disney content that you want to see in the comments below. This was a lot of fun to film, and it's just kind of magical to be here in Marceline, right in the middle of Main Street, USA. Yeah, it never gets old saying that. How many times have I said that this time? Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Krysten's Kitchen on YouTube, and follow me on all the things. Right, Jeff?
Do it.
Do it now. Go. What are you waiting for?
Seriously.
Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.